My 3 children.
Okay, when was your last baby born?
July 18th, 2023. He was 7 pounds, 13 ounces.
He was 7 pounds, 13 ounces. Okay. And did you have him by C-section?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Did they
That
have?
was my 3rd C-section.
Okay. And did they have to give you some medication for that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you continued on probation, correct? Is that a yes?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And do you agree with Mr. Seidel that you got him in July as a new probation officer of 2023?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Did you have any problems with Mr. Seidel?
No, we had no issues. I had no issues with him as my probation officer. I felt like he just did his job the way he was supposed to. I still don't have a problem with Mr. Seidel because there was times that I needed to submit a drug test. It was just at the time I was having trouble with transportation, but here lately I've been doing so well. My parents helped me with some transportation.
Okay.
So I can get my children back and forth to school and go to work.
Okay. So let me just ask you, where are you working?
I work for Bill Miller's off of 3009.
All right. And how many hours a week do you work?
40 hours. I get Sundays and Mondays off to take care of what I need to take care of for my children.
Okay. And how long have you had that?
I've had this job a little over 6 months.
All right. And did you get a tax return this year?
Yes, ma'am.
And what were your intentions with your tax return?
So I can pay off my probation.
Okay. And you heard the testimony from the 2 officers, correct? Is that a yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And they have detailed several dates that you did not submit to drug testing.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And the court's going to want an explanation for that. Do you have an explanation?
I do.
Okay. Can you tell the court why?
Sometimes I didn't have any transportation. It was hard to get back and forth. Or the people like my parents, they would help me get to report, and then I would have to report afterwards to take a drug test. But sometimes the wait would be for so long, and my dad or my mom would have to get back to work. They would just tell me I needed to take it another time. But by no means, ma'am, do I have a drug problem. At the moment, if you can say I have any type of problem, it's PTSD and postpartum depression. That is really about it.
All right. And did Mr. Seidel accurately report to the court when he told you that you had a warrant and do not report to him until you take care of that warrant?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Is that why you did not report in November and
Yes,
December?
ma'am, because up to that point, I reported every month. I made sure I was on Zoom 10 minutes early before reporting, and I was always 20 minutes early to do a report. I always made time to go report and do what I needed to do. The only problems and issues sometimes that I would have would be with the finances and either paying for the drug test or the wait time would be so outstanding that my parents and it would have to go, and we live all the way in
Just one
Simcoe.
second.
Yes.
State, what are you all going to be requesting with regards to this?
We're just requesting probation's recommendation, Your Honor.
Just to
Saturday.
prepare in custody for Saturday.
All right, so here's the thing. Saturday's not going to work because she has 2 cases that are open. And they're not going to transfer her as long as those new cases are open. And let me just explain to everybody, the reason why she has to report to Bexar County is because she's been moving around, because she's asked for different transfers. And that's why in my orders, I put that she's not to transfer to any other county without the court's permission. It's because she's been moving around. And her reporting in Bexar County is what she agreed to because she wasn't doing well on probation. That's why I had the 2 times reporting so she could do the UAs, because this isn't the first time the court has problems with her either missing UAs or doing UAs that are dilute. So the only question that becomes, probation, do you want revocation? All right, so probation doesn't want revocation. And I can tell you why right now, I'm finding violation of conditions 2 from August 9th, 2024 true. The number 2 from July 22nd, 2024. I don't remember hearing any testimony about that one. I'm finding that not true. 2 from July 10th, 2024. April 30th, 2024. April 17th, 2024, March 27th, 2024, March 13th, 2024, March 8th, 2024, and February 23rd, 2024. I'm finding that true. I'm finding violation of condition number 4 true. The only one that I'm finding not true is the date from July 22nd, 2020. And here's the thing. This whole thing, I can't get somebody to take me here. I can't get somebody to take me there for UAs. That's a part of probation. And I understand the struggle is real when people are on probation, but we're on probation for a reason. And so the excuses, I can't get a ride here, or I can't pay this, that's a part of being on probation. Otherwise, probation is just a piece of paper and people can do whatever they want to and pretend as though they didn't commit the offense that requires them to be on probation. So I do also know that in this court, whenever anybody's having trouble reporting, in defense, I think you know this as well, I say, pick up the phone, call your probation officer. And if your probation officer is not being responsive to what you're saying, all you have to do is come in court. You didn't do any of those things. I don't recall you coming into court to address these issues. So this whole thing about probation and do that, probation and do this. Probation, at the end of the day, some probation officers will hold people's hands. They're good with what I call bedside manners. They'll walk you through things. Is there anything that we can do to help or whatever? Some probation officers are like, look, your problems are your own problems. Maybe they're problems that you're making, but you need to report on this day, and that's the date you need to report. Don't want to hear anything else. And I am the one who said, no, we're not doing a compliance hearing, file a motion to revoke. And let me just tell you why I did that. Because I've had compliance hearings with you before, where we've addressed these same issues. And sometimes you have to get people's attention in a different way when you have them in the free world and they're still not abiding by the rules, even though you tell them over and over, this is the final compliance hearing. You need to do A, B, C, and D. So that wasn't getting your attention, but I think I have your attention now. And this case, you're looking at 20 years in the prison. And I found these violations true. State can recommend whatever they want to. They can even come up with an agreement with your attorney to continue you, but I don't have to. I can still revoke you. You know why? Because your contract is not with the state, it's not with your attorney, it's with the court. Do you understand?
We do.
All right. So both parties, this SATF thing, nobody's going to accept her in SATF because she has the new #1 cases pending. She'll be in limbo. She'll be at the jail until those cases are taken care of. So have your new cases been taken care of?
No,
They're
ma'am,
still
my
pending?
probation, the lawyer that I talked to before I came over
Okay, so
here, he
here's the
said he
thing.
could
No,
get
no,
them
no, no, no,
dismissed.
stop. You need to listen to my questions and
Yes, ma'am.
only answer my question. The question I asked you was a yes or no question.
Yes, ma'am.
Your attorney who has those other cases, he would not want you saying what you all discussed. That's confidential.
That's fine.
So my question for you is, the new #1s, are those cases still open?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you entered a plea to any of those cases? All right, that's all I needed to know. So SATF for her is off the table. So what do you all suggest? Probation?
I'll do weekly.
No. Don't, here's the thing.
Yes, ma'am. I'm
People
sorry.
will always say when their backs are to the wall, I'll do daily UAs.
Do
You can put,
anything.
no, stop. You can put me on probation for life. I've heard that. Some states, they do have lifetime probation, not here. So don't do that. It's just like when I would represent parents on the CPS side, you know what they would tell me? I will walk through fire for my children. And you know, I would tell them, don't need you to walk through fire. All I need you to do is
Take care of me.
disassociate yourself from this man. And you know what they say? I will do that. And then guess what ends up happening? They can't do it. Parents always want to walk through fire for their children until there's a fire. Then they're like, maybe I can go around it. So don't come to me saying you'll report daily or whatever, because you won't. So probation, what are your suggestions? The recommendations at the top of that page. State, are you in agreement with that?
Just to revoke and sentence to 2 years TDCR.
All right, were you all just asking that to be continued though?
Well, we wanted treatment, yes, I feel like that was the best thing for her. However, if she can't get treatment, there's not other alternatives other than that.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. I'm going to ask for an updated TAP evaluation that's going to be done in custody. There's going to be weekly reporting by Zoom. for 90 days. And let me just tell you why it's not 60 days. Sometimes people need to be punished. That's punishment. There is going to be a patch. How much is the patch? All right, I can tell you the patch is probably approximately, is it like maybe $80 a month or something? So here's the thing, you can either do the patch or either you're gonna have to come in for testing. The choice is yours. So it's either patch until further notice, or there is going to be bi-monthly testing.
I'd rather the patch because I don't want to have to make no excuses. I can't make it in here to take a test.
All right, so Ms. Abrams, it's gonna be the patch until further notice. And you are not to remove that patch. Once that patch is placed on you, you're gonna have to report back to have that patch removed. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm gonna want 90 sober meetings in 90 days.
You don't care what county she does those in, do you?
No. And probation, is there anything else? Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
You. Only thing I might ask to help with is my fees.
I'm not concerned about fees at the moment. The only thing I'm concerned about is the updated TAP evaluation, weekly reporting by Zoom for 90 days, patch until further notice, and 90 sober meetings in 90 days. Yes, Ms. Abrams?
Judge, is there a way that if the TAP is going to be more than a week and a half, 2 weeks, that we consider the TAP outside of custody?
Yes. All right. Is there anything else from either side?
State Your Honor.
Nothing from the defense, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Any objection to the court reviewing the warrant, because I haven't seen
No,
it.
no, we'd be happy for you to do that, because if you agree with us on that, there won't need to be a Frank's hearing.
All right, so if you all will give me a copy of the warrant, what I'll do is I'll review it over my lunch break. And if you all could be back here, because based upon my reviewing of the motions, I don't think it's going to take an hour. If you all will be back here by 1 o'clock, I will review things. I mean, I'll hear whatever motions y'all want heard.
Okay,
Thank
just as far as the warrant, I do have a copy for, I'll provide that right now, but just so we're able to make a record when we come back.
Yes, oh, yes, no, yes.
And Your Honor, just as a housekeeping matter, you'd indicated last night we could discuss the sealed motion today.
Yeah,
At some
yeah,
point, if
for
we-
this question, we'll do it before the jury comes in.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Just an opportunity if we could perhaps have that with the reporter in chambers, given that now the gallery has
Sure.
as many people as it does.
Oh, no, I'll have them step outside and we'll do it with their being here
Thank you.
on that motion.
Judge,
Appreciate it.
and then just one last thing, if we did file a motion in limine in advance of the last trial setting, does the court have a copy of that, or do I need to provide that?
Yeah, if you'll print
Okay,
that.
I'll do that.
And Judge, one issue, all of our notes when we were taking the jury are on the jury list, which we're happy for the court to maintain, both ours and the prosecution. May we make a copy of ours so we can have our notes?
No, I don't allow to make copies of if your notes with regards to the jurors are on the jurors list where their information is, no.
I believe there's a sour case out of the fourth court, our court, as well.
Well, I mean, what I can tell y'all, I'm not gonna let y'all make copies of who the jurors are. If you have notes on that, you're not gonna be allowed to make copies of who the jurors are.
Well, we're not looking for any of the personal information. If we can at least review them and take down the notes of our notes so that we can maintain that, that would be fine.
Okay, I'll take a look at what the notes are and then I'll see.
And can I leave you a highlighted copy of the two cases that say that we're entitled is to that information?
I mean, here's the thing, if somebody made notes and you want your specific notes, you can get your specific notes. But if you all are trying to, let me get, my notes are here, let me make a copy of it, just print a copy of it, and it's the jurors' names and everything, the answer is gonna be no.
No, what we'd like is I do want to be able to put my notes together with whichever name the juror is without, I'm not looking for their personal information. I don't want their address, any social security, nothing else. I just want to be able to look at my notes. And I think everybody, and have no objection to the state doing that. I'm happy to give you a copy of the fourth court's opinion.
Sure, you can give me the copy of the fourth court's opinion. All right, thank you.
Just before we step back,
Yes.
I'm sorry, I have one last thing. So I have provided defense with a copy of the NTIC, TCICs for state's witnesses. I have reason to believe that they've reproduced them, and so I would like the court's ruling.
All right, so here's the thing, the NCIC, TCIC, you all are not allowed to reproduce that.
Well, Your Honor, the issue I would have is, first of all, we haven't reproduced anything. I was just handed.
Okay, all right, so here's the thing.
But I would just maintain under 3914 that this is the time that those things would at the most last minute have to be produced, and that there's no.
Okay, so this is what I'm telling everybody. Number one, the NCIC, TCIC, you're allowed to review it, you're not allowed to copy it. That's gonna be my ruling. You can't copy it.
Are we allowed to keep the copy that they?
I mean, you can review it, but you're not allowed to leave the courtroom with it. And let me just tell you why. And this is where I'm coming from. And I understand that people say sometimes, Judge, don't explain your reasoning. But let me explain my reasoning to you. Because it's not legally, it's not allowed. You're not allowed to make copies. You're not allowed to take it from the room because of the sensitive information that's on there, and also because access to NCIC, TCIC, that's limited. And if people don't want it to be limited, people need to take that up with the legislature.
And I believe with respect to the jury list, the law is precisely the opposite, but I'll give you those cases.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thanks. All right, so this case. 2024, are you ready to proceed?
Sure.
Court is calling 2024 CR 0663 State versus Juan Flores. Could I have parties announced? State,
Ashley Jones.
defense,
Justin.
and are you Mr. Flores?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the document entitled Motion to Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Juan Flores who was placed on community supervision in 2024 CR 0663 for the offense of continuous violence against the family on March 26, 2024 for 5 years?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
Yes, the state is gonna proceed on violation condition number 4. On or about the 27th day of March 2024 in Dare County, Texas, the defendant Juan Flores did then and there fail to attend orientation at the Dare County Community Supervision and Corrections Department in violation of condition number 4.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 4, the court could find it true, grant the motion, and sentence you to 5 years in the prison? Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 4?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition number 4 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
There is not, Your Honor. The state would recommend that the court sentence the defendant to 4 years in the Texas Department of Corrections. It appears he had no intention of complying with his probation since once he was released from jail, he absconded. And I believe defense will argue proceeding.
All right, defense, what are you requesting?
Judge, probation has an alternative recommendation. They're recommending that he submit to the TAP while he's in custody, and just follow recommendations in the, not the alternative, but assuming that he gets out, it would be intensive supervision. We would ask the court to consider that option. In speaking with my client, obviously I didn't represent him at the onset, Judge, but he has indicated that at that time, once he was placed on probation, I think the court had actually, and I don't know if there's notes, Judge, this is what he's telling me, that at that time, the court had given permission. I believe he was bonded out because his dad was very sick, but he was on monitor. And at that time, he asked permission to go to the Rosary once his dad passed. This is obviously he lived with his father. So once he was bonded out, that was the home he went back to. It was a very different setting. He says he fell into a very deep depression. I understand that
various family members were reached out to, sort of indicating the same, that he was at this home. He understands that obviously his hands aren't clean on this, Judge. He's just asking for another opportunity. I did indicate that he would have to submit to some of those initial things probably while he was in custody. I've asked the background of those. He's just asking for help from the court, Judge.
All right, so I still don't understand why you didn't report. You want to raise your right hand for me? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
You can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Reporters,
Why didn't you report? I mean, that's the least you can do.
basically the passing of my father I kind of got lost. I was basically lost the whole time. I had nobody to talk to or ask for guidance or nothing.
So,
I basically went back to a house, to an empty house.
so how did you end up coming into custody? Did you turn yourself in?
I kind of did and didn't. I was
Well, I mean,
smoking,
it's either yes or no.
no.
So how did you become in custody?
I was at an area where I was just supposed to be smoking cigarettes, and I was smoking cigarettes.
Mhm. All right, is there anything else?
The only thing, Judge, is that I would say, I believe he's been in at least 30 days, so I would ask the court to consider that as a sanction.
And from the state, Your Honor, the state would offer the court summary pending any objection from defense counsel. Defense counsel did bring up that probation had been trying to reach out to several family members, and it's the state's impression that some of that information that defense counsel gave may be incorrect.
All right, any objections to the court reviewing this court summary? All right, let me find it. Oh, it should be on here. It's sent to me by email, but I just don't look at it until both parties agree. Let me see.
Judge called Juan Flores's case and made it clear this was about choices, not excuses. Juan admitted he failed probation by never reporting after release, saying grief and depression took over after his father's death. The judge listened, but reminded him probation starts with responsibility. Because he walked away, the court revoked probation and sentenced him to 4 years in prison, with a family violence finding and strict no-contact orders. One mistake turned into years behind bars. Was this justice or a missed second chance? Like, share, and subscribe for real courtroom stories.
669 State versus Caleb Crum. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Rick Pena for the state of Texas.
Defense?
Scott Simpson for Mr. Crum.
And are you Mr. Crum?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, did you review the motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke community supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you the same Caleb Crum who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2023 CR 2669 for the offense of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon on June 4th, 2024 for a period of 10 years? Is that you?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, state.
Yes, Your Honor, we're here today on state's motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke community supervision. Violation of condition number 30. On or about the 31st day of January 2025 in Bear and or McLennan County, Texas. The defendant, Caleb Crum, did then and there fail to comply with the instructions of Center for Healthcare Services as directed by the head or authorized personnel of that agency, in that the defendant failed to get in compliance with medications in violation of condition number 30.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
Just 1 second. Excuse me, can I have a stamp for probation, please? Thank you.
The state will waive the other violation.
Any objections to the state's waivers?
No, Judge.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 30, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, and sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, Your Honor.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 30?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find violation of condition number 30 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
There is not, Your Honor. State will make its recommendation. I believe defense will.
All right, state, what are your recommendation?
Recommendation is for 6 years in the TD plea, Your Honor.
All right, so you're asking for revocation?
Revocation is 6 years.
All right, in defense, what are you requesting?
Judge, the probation recommendation was not to revoke, but to go to in-state ISF. We understand he needs some type of inpatient treatment. I'm not a huge fan of the ISF. I think the county-run services work better than the state, just from experience. I was asking for the DDRF. His mother is here in the courtroom today. Problem with DDRF is there's a 26-week wait. He still wants to go back to, he was in school at the Texas State Tech College. And so he would like to try to continue with that. I don't think it makes sense to go back to Waco. I think he needs to be with his mom where he has more structure. But he clearly needs more structure. He clearly needs to be, we have a lot of problems with people who have some mental health issues not getting on their beds regularly. And that's an issue. And he understands the seriousness of it. And we're asking it with the court to decide whatever treatment that you think is appropriate.
All right, any objection to the court reviewing the court summary?
No.
Not from the state.
All right. Well, Sean, you are correct. Allergies are horrible today. I mean, this whole side of me, blockage from allergies. And I don't know, it's only this side.
Really?
Yeah. Whenever my allergies act up, it's just one side.
Should you have those flowers up there next to you?
Oh, the flowers, let me just tell you, they bring me joy. And if ever you're having a bad day, you can look at the flowers and say, there's beauty in this world.
You have a lot. But is that real? That's not real, right?
No. But we can pretend that orchid is real.
What about those?
No.
Those
Deputy, yeah, those are real. Deputy Laura actually put that together.
Okay.
And then this was a gift to me from a student.
It's pretty.
Yeah. And people always think that this one is real, which you think it's real, right?
That's a better view, the way you
Yes.
turned it.
But you know, I've been trying, we're off the record. While he reviews that, I've been trying to find honeysuckle because it reminds me of my grandmother. You know, it's so hard to find honeysuckle.
I've never really seen it in Texas. We had it a lot in New Jersey growing
Mhm.
up, but I've never really seen it here. Must
So
be too
I'm
dry.
gonna, I tell you what, if I have to bring some back with me from Louisiana, I'm gonna take it across state lines.
I
And
think you're
plant
right.
it. You think I'm okay with that?
You're okay. I'll represent you.
All right, if they stop me on the flight, I'm gonna say,
I
Scott
didn't say on a
Simpson.
flight. I thought you were gonna drive it across.
I mean, I tell you what, if you're driving from New Jersey, bring some.
Okay.
All right, we're back on the record. So the letters I have were the attachments. And counsel, you have no objections to my seeing the attachments?
No, and then this is so that's a relative of him and his wife are not gonna, I've talked to the Brooklyn, the wife.
Mhm.
And so she got right back to me when I talked to her herself.
All right, and state, you have no objection to me seeing what's purported to be the letter from the wife? Yes.
I have additional notes for your review. These are what appear to be CAD notes from McLennan County regarding the incidents in the letter. I've already turned them to defense counsel.
Any objections?
I'm gonna object to that one, Judge. It's just a reiteration of calls that were made that the grandfather doesn't like him. There's no doubt.
Okay,
And of course, but they don't want to be married anymore. I think that problem's gonna be resolved. Brooklyn does not think he needs to go to prison. The wife herself has a different story than grandpa.
okay, just one last second, let me finish reading this.
Grandfather. Her whole family was here.
All right, so I've reviewed that, and you said there's something you wanted to tell the court?
Yes, Your Honor.
You want to raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Caleb Chrome.
All right, why are you not doing well on probation?
Your Honor, I moved to Waco, to try to better my life and get, away from the victims that were here and everything else. A little cheaper up there too. And I enrolled in TSTC Texas State Technical College, the school. They have a lot of programs there to help me out and stuff like counseling and medication. I've been trying to look for jobs. They're helping me with that. They're helping me look for an apartment. I'm trying to do my best up there. I was in a really bad relationship with this one girl that her grandfather that the reports on. And I'm trying to get out of that relationship right now. I was living with a buddy. I was gonna report with probation. I think that week, the 18th, I think.
All right, but here's the thing. They're saying that you are not complying with the instructions for Center for Healthcare Services. So I want to know why, and I'm not taking 23 as true because they didn't go on 23, but I'm wondering why you're falling off track with your mental health. That's what I want to get to. I already had told everyone that relationship with the was not going to work.
Yeah.
But you and her, because she came in on your behalf, I want to live. I'm like, this relationship is not going to work. But you all two crazy children wanted to do it. So I'm not even into that relationship part. I want to know why you're not following through on your mental health treatment. That's a problem for the court.
So the Center for Healthcare, I don't think they have that in Waco, so I was gonna go with TSTC and do it.
Well,
I
here's the
thought
thing. You're saying you don't think they have it in Waco, but why do you think they don't have it in Waco? Did you report that they give you information?
No, Your Honor, I was just assuming, and I also thought my other attorney had put in the motion for the Center for Health and ThriveWorks to be transferred up there. So I was gonna go with Texas State Technical College.
Oh, no. Let me stop you there. And the reason why I'm stopping you, because you keep getting off track. Condition number 30 states that you did then and there fail to comply with the instructions of Center for Healthcare Services as directed by the head or authorized personnel of that agency, and that the defendant failed to get in compliance with his medication. The fact that you've played true to that tells me that there's a Center for Healthcare Services wherever you were, because otherwise this wouldn't be a violation. They wouldn't have it there. So they're saying that you're not in compliance with your medications and you're not following through on the instructions from Center for Healthcare Services to get in compliance with your medications. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, Your Honor.
So I want to know why you are not following through with instructions for Center for Healthcare Services.
Just misunderstood, Your Honor.
I mean, there's no misunderstanding when they say, hey, you need to get in compliance with your medication. And I'm sure they didn't say you need to get in compliance with your medications. I'm sure it was along the lines of you're not taking your medications. We have reports that you're not taking your medications. You need to get back on your medications, and you didn't do it. That's why you're here.
Yes, Your Honor.
So why are you not being in compliance with your medication?
I have no excuse, Your Honor. And I will accept that I messed up, and I'm wanting, if I can't go back to Waco and finish school.
Oh, you're not going back to Waco. That's off the table.
Okay, and I would like to at least stay with my mom then back down here. I have things lined up ready with,
All right, let me explain something to you, because I'd like for people to know where I am. Number one, if I don't revoke you, you're not leaving custody. You're going straight to DDRF. And DDRF, I know there's a wait time. Now, if you want to discuss that with your attorney, I'm not saying I'm going to do it. I don't know, but those are the only things that I'm considering right now. Either it's going to be revocation or either it's going to be DDRF. So before I even give strong thoughts to DDRF, you may want to talk to your attorney about that because of the wait time.
I understand.
And there's no need to come back to me saying, oh, the wait is too long. You know, can I do this from the outside? Because the answer is going to be no. So I don't know if you discussed that with your attorney.
It's a way better outcome than going to prison, Judge.
Well, I mean,
We've
but you
talked
wanna-
about it back and forth. We're not his mother too wanted to see if she could take custody of him. And so I promised I would make that argument, but I understand where the court's coming from. And I do think the DDRF is a good program. I wish the wait wasn't so long, but that's where we are. And if the court will be willing to do that, my client understands that's still a gift compared to being revoked and going to prison.
yes, Your Honor.
all right. And I'm not saying I'm going to do DDRF, But is there anything you would like to add, state? And
Well, I just want to try and reorder just because Your Honor is reviewing attachments from the court summary, and this is part of the attachments of the court summary. So if Your Honor's going to take a look at everything, we ask that you take a look at this as well.
no objections to the court reviewing that?
I do object, but that's.
No. I mean, if you object to it as hearsay, then I won't review it. What we can do is we can reset this, and if you want to have witnesses by Zoom to address this, that can be done.
I don't think there's a need for that. I just wanted, Your Honor, if over objection. you
I would just ask the court to look at it with some. It's hearsay within hearsay, like, so these are just unsubstantiated reports, and I know the court will look at it critically. That's all I would ask the court, would just don't assume that it's true.
All right. So you have no objections to me taking it, as long as I'm not taking it for the truth of the matter, sir?
Well, you know what I'm getting at.
Yeah. All right, let me review. True, yes. But I also know that when the grandfather had the police to come out, your wife would not tell them that anything was wrong. And the reason why I believe that she wouldn't tell them is because she doesn't want you to go to prison. And that's what she said. She wants him to get help. She doesn't want him in prison. But do I believe you did everything that's listed in here? Yes. Because all of the evidence point to the fact that you did this. And based upon what I'm reading about her grandfather and your child's great grandfather, because he's the grandfather of your wife, and he's the child's great grandfather. He's concerned about his grandchild and his great granddaughter, and rightfully so. And just so I want you to understand, I understand why he doesn't like you and doesn't want you in their life. Your child, is this a girl or a boy?
It was stepdaughter, Your Honor,
It's not,
and it was a girl.
All right. So.
he
here's
doesn't
the-
have reason for her to be with her.
And so here's the thing. I don't know anybody here. Raise your hand if you want your daughter or your granddaughter to be involved with somebody who's on felony probation. I don't know anybody who would be like, oh yeah, sign me up. I want my granddaughter to be with someone who is on probation for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon against a family member. I don't know anybody who wants that. So when people are shocked that a relative doesn't like them, I'm shocked that you're shocked by that. And then you have mental health issues on top of that, and you're not taking care of your mental health issues. And I'm sure you're not bringing in money the way you were supposed to. And he's concerned that you're going to be violent towards his great granddaughter. And I always tell people, children have absolutely zero say so in the foolishness that their parents are out here doing. Like the great granddaughter, his great granddaughter, I'm sure she would say, please, I don't want you to be dating Caleb. I don't want Caleb in this household. But she has no say. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you've been doing horrible on probation. But I do realize you have mental health issues in state. Let me just explain something. I knew you all want 6 years in prison. He'll be eligible for parole in 3. He's still gonna have the same mental health issues that nobody's going to address. And that's part of the court's issue. So part of the reason why I'm going to deny the motion is, one, because of what probation is requesting. They're requesting ISF. I don't think this is an ISF issue. I think this is an anger issue. I think this is a mental health issue. And I think you're using your mental health issues as a crutch to say, I'm angry because of my mental health issues. I really don't even think that is in any way related to your behavior. But we're going to correct your behavior. And if this correction doesn't take place, you're looking at 20 years in the prison.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Abrams, gonna deny the motion, alternate in and amend conditions. In custody to the court, he's gonna stay in custody until transfer to ISF. I'm sorry, not ISF, DDRF. And upon release, there is going to be full GPS. And counsel, with the full GPS, I'm going to say that I'm going to ask that the fees be waived.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And if you want it not to be full GPS, you need to come back here and we will craft something
Yes.
that will protect the community.
Thank you, Your Honor.
There's to be no contact with Brooklyn, BROOKLYND from. There's to be, do you have any children? Biological children?
Well, no.
There's to be no contact with minors. And defendant is not allowed in Waco, Texas. So that means if you're driving somewhere, because full GPS is now partial, you better not drive through Waco.
May I add, if I can at least go to Waco to get all my stuff, because all my stuff is still in Waco.
No, that's, you're gonna have a third party do that.
Okay.
Probation, is there anything else he needs? Could you return that to probation, please?
Yes, Judge.
Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
Not that I know, of, Your Honor.
All right. thank
He's got
you.
a very supportive mother, Judge. She's really nice.
He's not allowed, Mom, he's not allowed in Waco. So, and he is not allowed to have any contact with minors. And he's not gonna be, so that means he can't reside in a home where there are minors. Yes, and he's not to have any contact with Brooklyn, his wife. If it comes time where they're doing divorce in the divorce proceedings.
Right, they are gonna have to do that.
Then just approach the court and we will take care of that.
Right.
Not the divorce, but I'll allow him to, if he's supposed to be in court on
Has
a
to be
specific.
served or whatever.
Yes.
Okay.
Your Honor, if I may ask, how long are we gonna plan for DTRF?
All right, so see,
Don't do
we can go off the record. Let me just explain something to you, what you don't understand. You were looking at 20 years in prison. And because this is an aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, your attorney will tell you, you would have to do 10 years flat before you're eligible.
And he won't
That's
get out
where-
when he's first eligible.
No,
Generally, you're
probably
serving
not.
75% of your
Yes.
time.
So here you are, you've just escaped the jaws of the lion. And now you're trying to, how long is DDRF is going to be? Your attorney already told you that. Now, if you would like, because DDRF is going to be a long wait, just let probation know. Don't sign the conditions that I've just set for you. And we will come back quick, fast, and hurry, like today, on another motion to revoke, and I can send you to prison.
No problem. I was just wondering for school.
Oh, school, you're gonna have to pick that up another year.
That's fine.
All right.
Judge called Caleb Crumb's case and spoke firmly, explaining this was about broken trust. Caleb admitted he stopped taking his mental health medication while on probation for aggravated assault. The judge said excuses were over. This was about safety, responsibility, and choices. Prison was possible, but instead, the judge gave one last chance. Treatment in a strict program with GPS, no contact with victims, and no mistakes allowed. One wrong step means 20 years. What would you choose? Like, share and subscribe for real courtroom stories.